Hey beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm looking forward so much to today's video because I have a few new pieces of makeup that I'm really excited to try with you guys. So I have the new Pinpoint Concealer Pen from Lisa Eldridge. I picked up two shades, so shade number 4 and number 6. So I'm really curious to try these. And I have the Couture Mini Clutch Collector from YSL, the limited edition for Valentine's Day. So it is the Blooming Lust palette. So I've got these to try on with you guys. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the Pinpoint Concealer Pencil from Lisa Eldridge. So these are, it says it's a concealer, but it's not a concealer in a way that you'll put it all over under your eye to go and hide the dark circles. It's more about camouflaging any little blemishes, if you have any pimples or little broken veins or whatever that you need to camouflage onto your skin. It is made for that. So you're literally pinpointing little areas on your skin that you want to camouflage and just or enhance or add a little bit of brightness. So that's why I picked up two different shades, because I think there's a lot to do with a pen like this. If you want to add just brightness in the corner or here around the nose, you need something that is much lighter than just your skin color. So there is a use to have more than one pencil. However, this technique is not new. If you're a makeup artist, or even if you're not a makeup artist, but you're doing your makeup for a very long time, you know you can use a very small brush, let's say like this brush, very fine tip. You literally just spray it with some setting spray, let's say Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and you can use any concealer you have. It just needs to be quite creamy and the coverage needs to be very good. So I could take one of my Makeup Forever HD palette and I would probably have the same result. So you've got 16 shades of this pencil. It is waterproof, it's long lasting, it's made to be blurring as well. And it retails for £27 here in the UK. Is it groundbreaking? I don't think so, because the technique has been used for so long. It's just convenient to have it in a pencil like this. But in all honesty, I mean, do you really need it? No, you just need the technique and know what you're doing. If you just want to camouflage a few little areas, just get a small brush with your concealer. You're going to have the same result. I know I'm here to review the product, but it's just, I'm just being really honest with you. But since I purchased them, I'm going to try them and let's see how this is holding onto my skin. So I did my skin prep, moisturizer, I've got my sunscreen, I've got my primer, and that's it. So I'm going to start with shade number 4. Actually, I'm going to start with shade number 6. And as you can see, I have here a little broken vein that I want to camouflage. I'm going to use shade number 6. I'm going to move my hair and really just going to come. So you got to come over and just tap it a little bit, spreading the product. Because obviously you're gonna add your foundation on top of it. I think this is great, but if you're using a foundation that has a full coverage, this is useless. If you're using a foundation that has light to medium coverage, then you will see the difference with this pen. But if your foundation is a full coverage, it's not gonna do anything for you anyway. So on the nose, little blemishes, you just want to hide them, little red marks, you know, like this. It really just depends on how much if you have a lot of blemishes, whatever you want to hide, this is really good. So it really just hides the stuff away. That's all it's doing. It's not gonna do anything else. And I don't think I would recommend that you use it all over under your eye as a concealer, because that's not really the purpose of this pen. But because I have darker circles here that are a little bit more purple, I'm gonna use this to just neutralize the color. And that's why I picked up shade number 6. It's a little bit more warm, and it has a little bit of, not orange, but enough to neutralize the dark circle. If you compare, like this, and that's it, just kind of brings some luminosity. You're camouflaging. It's got a very good coverage, but I would anyway add my concealer on top of it. I think this is just a great base. It does neutralize the color, but that's about it. It's not necessarily groundbreaking, but it's a great tool to have in your makeup kit. I've tied up my hair so we can see what I'm doing. I've applied my foundation. So you can see it's got a very medium coverage. You still see the skin. But because I have pinpointed with the pencil under, it has really nicely camouflaged any circles, any little areas, any redness. So it's all gone. The pencil number 4. And also maybe important to show you, so you've got your pencil. Here at the bottom, this is where you sharpen your pencil. So you just pull and it comes out. And it's part of the Seamless Skin collection. She's got amazing foundation and skin tint. Even though I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of skin tint, it's actually a really good one because it dries completely. And it's going to give you just a little bit better than your actual skin, but it's a very, very light coverage. So if you're into your skin tint, go have a look. I think it's a really nice one to have. Now back into the pen. So this is shade number 4, and I'm just gonna add some brightness in some areas. So I just want to add a little bit here before I go over with my concealer. Just like this. Just a little bit here to really hide. And it's all the darker areas where you would want to bring some brightness anyway. And the formula is great. It's not greasy, but the pen is creamy enough that you can, it's just going to melt onto your skin. It is very pleasant. So you could literally just use this technique like this. If you don't have so much dark circles, or if you just want to camouflage a little bit but don't wear too much makeup, this is a great technique. But it's never going to give you the same effect as if you're using your concealer. So it's really just to brighten up a little bit. And you can really see it here on the side of the nose. You could do the same here and add a little bit of brightness. And if you add some brightness, it also adds volume. So if you have those lines here that you would want to camouflage, the problem with the lines here on the side, the small smile lines, it's the loss of volume as we're aging. So it's kind of creating that we have lines because of the facial expression, but it's also because the loss of volume. So whenever you add a lighter color, lighter shade, it's gonna give you the impression of having a little bit more volume in that area. So it just kind of lift the area and bring it back a little bit. Just like this. So I did my foundation and I'm using the Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow, and it's literally my favorite of the moment. It is just beautiful. Look at how glowing it is. It is just, I've added a little bit of powder on the T-zone under my eyes, and I just love how the glow is, but it's not sticky and dewy. I'm obsessed with it. So if you guys want to have a full review, I did my previous video is a full review on that foundation. Now, going back to the Pinpoint pencil from Lisa Eldridge, I don't want to come across as, it is a great product, but I just think, first, it's not groundbreaking because the technique has been used and around for a very long time. And I think if you're looking to save up some money, it's a trend that you can definitely skip and continue your no-buy momentum if that's something you're into. I just think you can achieve the same thing with a very small brush and your concealer, or a creamy, super creamy, full high coverage concealer. But don't get me wrong, these are great, they're amazing, and I can see the places where I've added some of it. It's really, you know, here on the side I can see it's lifted a little bit. Here it has camouflage, any purple or darker circles, and I'm really happy with them. But I just think there are other ways around it if you don't want to spend the 30 bucks that is. Now, moving to the, so again, another thing, you don't necessarily need this eyeshadow palette, but how cute is it for Valentine's Day? I mean, come on guys. It is the limited edition YSL Mini Clutch Collector in shade 125 Blooming Lust. I don't think it's going to be available for a long time. So here in the UK, you have to go via Selfridges to purchase it because it's not even on the YSL website. I have to say the YSL website here in the UK is pretty bad. Like, everything is pretty much out of stock. They don't have the latest product. I wanted to buy some of the newest blushes. All the shades are out of stock. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's not looking amazing. So Selfridges is the place to go in the UK if you want to get the latest products from YSL. You've got 4 shades, in the quad, mainly, so it's got a shimmery pink here at the top, a brown here, a darker burgundy, and a nice pink with a bit of a, it's a warmer shade. The palette feels much warmer, even though this one here is probably the cool shade in the palette. This is quite neutral, but it feels warm. So let's swatch them on my hand to show you guys. So I'm gonna start with this sparkly pink at the top. It's kind of that topper eyeshadow because it's not much more than just a little bit, a sheer of sparkles basically. You're not gonna get more than this. It's really just a topper. Then you have the brown. That is a matte brown. I thought it was going to be darker. It's quite light. It's closer to a taupe or beige shade. It's really, really nice. It looks nicer on my skin than onto the palette, I have to admit. This is extremely nice, very surprised. And it's got a little bit of a, it's kind of a nice beige taupe shade, and it looked much darker on the palette. Now I'm going to go for the one under that is kind of rosy pink and equally much nicer on my skin than in the palette. It's kind of that old rose, muted rose pink. It is gorgeous. And the last shade, that is definitely the darker shade in the palette, is that burgundy, but once it's on my skin, not as dark, definitely darker shade, but not as dark as you would imagine in the palette. So the three of them are completely matte, feel extremely creamy on the skin, and as you can see, it's not crumbly. It just glides really nicely onto my skin, and you have your topper here that just shines from all the angles. So I'm gonna try the palette on me again. Like, do you have those shades at home in a different eyeshadow palette? Most likely. If it's for a gift, I think it's a beautiful palette for Valentine's Day. I love the formula. The formula is really, really nice. It's clearly looking to be non-creasing, long-lasting. It's very comfortable on the skin, especially if you have a dry skin or if you have a little bit more fine lines. You want something that has a little bit of a creamy texture to it. If it's too dry, it's just going to crease instantly and it's not gonna look good after a few hours. So a palette like this, it's definitely winning a few points in my books. So I'm gonna start and have the brown taupey beige shade all over my mobile eyelid. Got a fluffy brush here. It might be a bit too big though. All right, I've got a smaller brush here. And I'm gonna go onto the mobile eyelid. And it is absolutely beautiful. It is such a great everyday shade. This with a nice black eyeliner or even a brown eyeliner, a gorgeous lipstick, and off you go. I think this is beautiful. Look at this. It's very rich. It is a very rich shade, completely neutral. I thought it was going to be warmer, but honestly, judging by this, completely neutral shade is going to fit for everyone. And it's just a nice, soft beige taupe shade on me. I really, really like this. So I've cleaned that same brush and I'm going to add the pinky just here. Oh, so nice. I just want to add a little bit on the extreme corner here, just to add a bit of a pop of color. And then I'm just gonna blend it really, really nicely into it. It's kind of a gradual change of shade. That's it. I just love that little pop of pink towards the end of the eye. I'm gonna add the darker shade just on the very here, just like this, and same thing here. And I'm gonna come under and use that same darker shade. Just very, very softly. So this is the final look. It is looking really, really, really nice. I absolutely love the look. I think it's a great eyeshadow palette. Honestly, I was not thinking much of it. I think it's like, you know, same kind of color pattern that we already all have, but the formula is so nice. Look at how beautiful and soft. It's very delicate because it's looking quite dark in the palette, but actually it is really delicate once you have it on you. If you're looking for, you know, a little something, not too much, just very feminine, very delicate, matte shade. I didn't add any of the sparkly top coat. I wanted to keep the makeup quite soft for today and a little bit more matte and neutral. I am loving this look, guys. Foundation is beautiful. The pinpoint concealer, well, I you know what I think by now. I think they're great, but is it something that you must have in your makeup kit? No, because there are ways around it. But if you're happy to buy them and you're going to use them, go for it. It is a really nice product. I love the texture. It's like, I can tell it's going to be long wear. It hasn't creased. I love how it brought some brightness around my mouth, around the lines, around my eyes. But I think if you're gonna go and buy those pens, I think you need to buy 2 pencils to really kind of make it work. If you want to really use them properly, I think you need 2. Well, in my opinion, I think. Not sure. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I think I really like the look for today. It's very soft. It's very easy, everyday kind of look. I'm wearing the latest lipstick from Chanel in shade Délicate. And yeah, that completes the look of today. So guys, let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm quite curious to read your comments as usual. I will also list all the makeup product that I have been using to create this soft makeup look. I really like it. It's beautiful. You know, sometimes you just create a look and you're like, yeah, this is really nice. Today is a good makeup day. And I've been interrupted I don't know how many times because my husband is in the house in France. We finally have the pool installed. We had the digger stuck in the hole because the digger broke. So it was stuck there for a month and a half. So now we have a pool, but my husband doesn't speak French. So I am on speed dial constantly with the construction guys. We're doing a lot of renovations. So I have been involved remotely quite a lot today, and now I have baby girl on the monitor who's awake and she's ready to go play this afternoon. So that is it for me. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell to receive a notification every time a new video is being posted. I have so much new makeup coming up. I don't wonder where my money is. I know exactly where my money is. It's on my face. I'm wearing my money and I'm so happy about it because there's so many new beautiful makeup products. I can't wait to review them with you guys. Until then, a big thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.